have Joseph Herry here with us. Actually, don't know why I'm introducing you here because we're actually going to talk to you downstairs. But anyway, I just want to get a couple of questions before we actually go to the next location. I might be familiar, but for those who are looking on and not familiar, what instrument you're playing right now? What's the name of it?
The name of this, as we all know, well, as we just say, a drum kit or a drum set. Some people say percussion, but it is a drum set.
It's a drum set. Okay. Where did the name come out, drum set? Is that a...
Oh, yes, and let me correct you, it's not a drum set, it is a drum set.
It's a drum set. I know, I heard a couple of people actually describe it as a trap set, so that's what I'm going with, you know. It's not my specialty, but, you know, just kind of learn from the persons who are in that field.
Yeah, no problem.
Right? So basically what a drum set consists of, could you just identify what instruments makes up a drum set?
So it's 5 basic beats.
Mm-hmm.
You have what we call a kettle drum, in other words a snare drum. Mm-hmm. We have toms. We have 3 different types of toms. We have your first tom, which is this one. Mm-hmm. We also have a next one, which currently we don't have it at the moment. Right. And we have what we call a floor tom here, and we have this what we call a hi-hat. Right? We also have 2 cymbals. We have a crash. The one that is on my left hand side, and on my right hand side we have a ride. And then you have a kick drum. This on the bottom.
That is the bass.
That's the bass.
I get
That's
that.
You get all this from. You know
I'm sure about that. I love the bass. Everybody can understand the bass and appreciate the bass.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
How is that one number you play, or that's a mixture?
A mixture of the variety of rhythms.
Okay, great.
I give you a bit of jazz, a bit of calypso, a bit of soca. Just give.
How do you feel playing the drum set? How sitting down there, there's a sort of relaxation towards you. How is it for you?
To me, at times, depending on what I play, or if it's speaking about currently, so to me, this is a joy, and it comes from within. And I believe in anything that anybody do, that it must have inward love for what you do. So hence the reason when I sit behind him, I just give my hands out.
You know, tell that. I've seen that he really loves what he's doing, he's really good at what he's doing, and he's enjoying performing for us. Of course, I felt a little bit like he's holding back because of, you know, we kind of have restraints in the classroom here, and we don't want to still go to school. So, let me take you to the next part now.
No problem. Let's go.
So we are back here with Joseph Herry, and we just want to dive right into the questions. And we like to ask basic questions just to get an understanding of who you are. So just give us your age and where you're from.
I am Joseph Herry from the location of San Grande. I go to the University of the West Indies, doing my bachelor's in the fine arts.
Right.
And that's basically about it.
How much instruments do you play overall? Because I know you dab in a bit of stuff. You know, how much instruments have you covered thus far?
For me, I have covered, as you can see, a variety of instruments. Listed will be the pan, the steel pan, drums, guitar, a bit of keyboards.
Okay.
And well, my favorite, drums. Just love it.
Yes.
Right?
The rhythm.
Yeah, of course. You know, if you don't have the rhythm, what you have?
Sure. So, what was the first instrument that you started playing, and what influenced you starting to play this first instrument?
This is an interesting question for me. Reasons being, it had not just really started off with me, but me going with my mom.
Okay.
And she have been going to classes, and I realized that I can do. This is what I love, and I should actually try to go behind it. And so, as going on with her, eventually I started. My first instrument was recorder, but really, I would say recorder, but not so much recorder, but keyboard.
Right.
So I started off on keyboard. I do a bit of keyboard. Then I had my, well, from there, well, have been moving on, but was really keyboard was my first, and then well, after that was pan.
Did you always wanted to be a musician, or was there other career path that you wanted to pursue?
Never, and will never be, because I love the music, and not just the music industry, but the arts industry in the whole.
Right.
Because I mean, you're never out of, not really money, I don't really look at the money aspect, but you have actually, you know, where you could actually, with music, you could give out, you could send messages to people.
Right.
And so far, you have music, so I love it.
Right. The joy and passion you get from it, the lives that you affect and touch, that's your payment.
Yeah.
A lot of us could agree to that. Unfortunately, not in all fields that we pursue seem like-minded thinking when pursuing our. How is the journey going thus far in the industry overall? You are at the academy now. You started off getting involved with music because of your mom attending classes. Your journey overall. Tell us how has it been?
For me, thus far, I should say, it is really taken a grand step. And me seeing a grand step because from where I was to where I am heading to now, when you read my bio, and also when you in my portfolio, you will see where I'm at, and you will see that from back then I used to go classes and stuff, and well, all that had led up to now where I am at the Academy of Performing Arts and doing my bachelor's. And now that you will see, I am officially going to now open my own business. So, which name is, don't forget guys, the Clef Musical Beginnings. And so far, thus far, for me, I believe I have really grown from back then to now. And yeah, so for me, I believe this industry has been really the best part.
Okay, so you have seen your growth. And that's so important because we might be in a field for so long and there's no progress.
Yeah.
You know, we years passing, but that doesn't mean you're growing, you know, so that's important. And as you mentioned, your portfolio, you sent us a copy of your portfolio. Of course, there's a footage of the institution that you're involved in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read a quote from a TV6 journalist, and this is her exact words. This is from Renisa Cuttings from TV6 or from the program The Weekend Spotlights. Guitar, trumpet, drums, they are all instruments used to make music, but they can also be used as instruments of change. This is the belief of Crystal Boris Bernard, a musical director at the Positive Movement Orchestra, a group of young musicians using music to make a difference. Tell us a little bit more about the Positive Movement organization and your experience thus far with it.
To begin with, this group, when I used to attend my secondary school,
okay,
and they had told, yeah. So it's just
so you've been
not
involved with them a long while.
Yeah, this is just not no, but has been a long time now. So he told me about it, and I went there and give my assistance. I had not also in this band. I had, just like you know, I don't only play one instrument.
Right.
I play more than one. So when I first began there, I started off on pan because there was a need for panists in the group. So while I was there playing pan, right, a year, I think it was 2 years that I've played pan with them. After that, one day she saw me playing drums and asked me to sit there for a while. Although I am still at that seat.
Right.
And I am at that seat now, and I am moving from that seat currently, where I am listed as the assistant musical director of that band.
Congrats.
Right?
Big things happening, boy. Congrats. That's
Right.
good to hear.
So this is my progress thus far. So when I tell you that before, that my progress is just not me, but I let my talent speak for itself. I am not any type of person that will be out there and be just, let things get to your head. But this is in that band I have a lot of young people.
Right.
And in this band we foster positive things. If you notice, the name of the band is Positive Movement.
Right.
Even the music and all we execute there is
Send a message.
send a message. So we don't choose music where it will have a violence, and as we know, music also have an influence on person. So when we choose music to perform, we look for positive messages.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. Earlier on you mentioned it, and I had a question about the company that you're starting soon, and I always wonder why persons will try to. There's nothing wrong with starting your own organization, but I always ask the question, why not try to work with the existing groups the existing companies that exist, and try to build what's already there? What's your response to that? Why do you think it's so important for you to start your own music school?
For me, yes, as you mentioned, yes, there are other companies that have the same thing. But with me, my difference is that I don't only foster just the music, but I believe I wanted to become not just a musician, but somebody who will actually show forth the true you and how you could extend your art, what you could actually do, what you could bring forth.
Right.
And in my business, I not only do, how to say, just, you could play, yes, you could play a pan, yes, somebody could play drums, somebody could play a keyboard, but through that, you must be able to, when you finish the class now, you must be able to go and still you get so much into it that it must be just not coming to learn music, but you still could get some life lessons from that. And then you could come and you could even speak to teachers. When you come to my institution, you must be able to still it should be so confident that in your teachers that you may be able to speak to your teachers also if you have issues.
Right.
So I tend to want to be a little different from the others. That they just come to class because they come into class sake.
Right.
Because I have to do this and this is what I want to do. This is just what I come here for. No, I just don't want that.
So you plan to offer a holistic experience for your students, and to get more out of life, not just the music, but life lessons, basically. Okay. And we had last year, we had Wine of Astonishment, and you performed for Wine of Astonishment, I performed for Wine of Astonishment, and that experience affected us differently. And what you took away from Wine of Astonishment, how was it? How did it impact you? And your experience, the process you went through with Wine of Astonishment.
Wine of Astonishment, really great job, guys. Brother B, yes, really good job. And to me, as a Baptist believer and my practice in the spiritual Baptist faith, it really took me back to where we were and to where we are now, where we could not have been able to really execute our practice. And other persons was able to do such, but you always had to hide, you always have to study that police over your back, you can't do this, and if you can't ring a bell, you can't do nothing. So in this wine of astonishment really take me back to where my faith really was, and how it is where we are now, where we can actually worship and come together and give God thanks and praise for all that He has done. And so I will say that wine of astonishment, I think it should have a repeat. You know, I mean, yes, we know that this production was really long for us, but I think to the viewers and watching viewers, listening to what viewers said, I believe there should be a repeat, you know, not just for repeating its sake, but for persons who in that field could really, you know, like even the younger ones could see where we were.
Yeah.
Just not at school here. I mean, you could go to other denominations and actually show them, like, you know, where we was from. So this is to me, Wine of Astonishment was really nice, and it really, you know, show you a lot of things about your faith that you may not know.
Right. That's true. So there was a lot of reflection. Wine of Astonishment basically captured an important time of our history. Yet I honestly believe that when you think about the long hours we performed, but what kept us going is that the audience appreciated us. The audience was there with us every step of the way, and that was actually encouraging to know that they were willing to take themselves out of that comfort zone and travel with us through the journey that the Baptists had to face. And well, you personally, this hit close to home because you are of the faith. Thanks again for I'm thankful that we actually delivered, and it was really, really a great experience to me. It was an experience of many lessons. Closing remarks. You being a youngster yourself, any advice, anything you want to say to the youths out there in the nation?
Yes, for me to say, ending, I will say, if music, how I should say, not music, if arts be your thing, why not go for your goals? In that saying, that it's not about, when you put yourself into character, you as an actor, who can really put me forward on this statement that I'm going to make. When you put yourself into character, it's no longer you, but you being that character and showing forth actually what is your real message that you want to get across. So why not? The stars is the limit. And for all the young people out there, I must tell you that the stars is the limit when you want to do anything, because out here, as we have it, it's no longer about you and I, but it's about me and myself alone. So why not, if you have something to do, pursue it.
Share it to the world.
Share it.
So be selfish. You're born with a gift. You're born with a talent, and you should, deliver on that, pursue that. And I agree. So thank you once more for being on the show.
No problem.
We just had Joseph Herry, and we are signing out here on Watch Out. And make sure to share, like, and thumbs up this video.
Loving it, everything that we do.